Hello guys, this is Harshavardhan. Today we are going to discuss about very interesting and important topic of electronic measurement and instrumentation, that is called CRO. Okay? Okay. First of all, we need to focus on what is called CRO. See, CRO is an abbreviation of a cathode ray oscilloscope. Leave about first two terms. What is cathode and ray? Our intention and main focus should be on O. What is meant by O? It's a oscilloscope. What is meant by oscilloscope means oscilloscope is a device which is used to measure or display the oscillations. For example, if it is a sine wave, means it's a sine wave is a oscillatory in nature. Okay, see these waves are cannot be seen with our naked eye, but it can be only measured by the such a beautiful device called CRO. Okay, another, we know that it's a cos function. Okay, another, it's a triangular function, right? So yes, these types of waveforms are clearly and clarily observed on CRO. Coming to next, hope you understand what is meant by oscilloscope. Oscilloscope is a device which is used to measure the oscillations. Okay, come on. Yeah, see, I have written very important topics for you which will make your concept very clear. CRO is used to display, measure and analyze various type of waveforms. Okay, see, in general, CRO can display a 2D format, means somewhere we can present x-axis and here we can present y-axis. Two dimensional, we can measure two dimensional in CRO. Okay, CRO has x-axis and y-axis. See, I have represented here x-axis here and y-axis here. In general, on the x-axis we always measure time in general. On y-axis, I mean in the vertical line, we always measure of input signal. What are the input signals given? We have many input signals. What we will generally give? We will generally give current, some voltage or capacitance, inductance. In such many waveform we give for the input signal. Okay, now I will share one of the important topic with you, an important concept in the complete CRO topic. See, we are having, assume it is as a CRO. Okay, we are having CRO and we have many inputs, like first of all we have current as a input, voltage as a input, capacitance as a input, inductance as a input, and in communication we regularly see a noise. Noise is also act as a input. But the main drawback with the CRO is CRO can take only voltage signal as a input. It can't take any other signal as its input. Then how these signals can be measured by using the CRO? Means there should be some converter which is converting these current, voltage, capacitance, inductance and noise into voltage form, right? Yeah, such a beautiful device is known as a transducer. Means transducer is a circuit which converts these type of waveforms into voltage waveform. So voltage waveform is given to CRT. CRT now will display our input signal and time axis. Okay, hope you understand. See, read these points such that you will get much more, some clarity. Okay, CRO has a capability of only measuring voltage signals. So we have a device called transducer, very important, to convert different type of signals into voltage signal form. Okay. Now see this image so that you will get much more clarity. What we are having? We are having input signals as voltage, current, pressure, noise, capacitance, some signals. So these are passed to transducer, and from here it is converted into voltage, and the signals are displayed here. Okay. Now, yes, it is the general block diagram of the CRO, cathode ray oscilloscope. In cathode ray oscilloscope block diagram, we need to mainly focus on 7 important things. Here, first one is this. What is this? This is called a CRT, means cathode ray tube. Then vertical amplifier, delay line, power supply, trigger circuit, time based generator, horizontal amplifier. Okay, these are the things we need to mainly focus. I will explain neatly every part with detailed information. Okay. Now, see, these are the 7 components of the CRO. First one, CRT, vertical amplifier, delay line, horizontal amplifier, time based generator, triggering circuit, and power supply. See, CRT. First we need to mainly focus on CRT. I will discuss neatly. Okay. Wait 1 minute. I'll rub all these things such that you will get more clarity. Okay. Now, see this entire thing is known as a CRT. CRT is a glass. This line is there now. It is made up of a glass. In this CRT we are having vacuum. Okay, so this is a glass enclosed by vacuum. So there will be a glass, inside the glass there will be a vacuum, and here we are presenting electron gun. Why we should have this electron gun? Means it is a source of electrons. When electrons has produced, it will pass through these plates, deflection plates. It pass through horizontal deflection plates and strike the screen to get our x-axis and y-axis. Okay. Now see, CRT is a vacuum sealed glass envelope that has a source of electrons, which means electron gun, which emits a beam of electrons at accelerated pass through 2 pair of plates. This is horizontal deflection plate and vertical deflection plate. Before striking phosphorus coated screen, I have shown. Yeah, this screen is made up of a phosphorus. Why phosphorus? Means when an electron strike it phosphorus gives a spark nature, okay, on screen, so that we are able to see everything. Okay. Wait. Okay, hope you understand everything. Now where we will discuss everything in detail. Okay, various parts of the CRT. See, we have seen the exact diagram of CRT. Now we will study in detail of various parts of CRT, that is electron gun, deflection plate system, fluorescence screen, glass envelope, and base. Come on. Yeah, this is the our exact block diagram of CRT. Okay, see, from here I will explain in detail how our CRT works. First of all, we are having cathode here. Okay, see, this is called heater. Yeah, this is called heater. In general, what heater will do? In general, heater will boil some water such that here this heater will heat up this cathode. Okay, see, this heater will heat up this cathode. When this cathode is heat up, the barium oxide layer on the cathode release electrons. Okay, how electrons are released? From our chemistry we can we know that, see, when there is an atom is surrounded by electrons. When certain energy is given to it, some electron will come out. Okay, this process is called ionization, right? Yeah, by this process we generally get electrons out from this cathode barium oxide layer. Okay, these electrons came, then how we need to control it? See, if electrons comes in such a manner, we are unable to focus. So for the focusing we need some grid acts as like a queue. In queue we stand line by line. So in such a manner electrons also flow in a line by line manner, such that it is focused to single direction. So action of a grid is to focus the electrons. If grid has a more space, more electrons will go. If grid has a less space, less electrons will flow. Okay, coming to pre-accelerating anode. Assume here initially the released electrons has a speed of 5. Assume, just assume. See, when it is passing through the pre-accelerating anode, this speed may increase it to 10. Again there may be dispersion, right? So in avoid of those dispersion, we use here focusing anode. Here we generally use focusing anode. Okay, see, here that speed is 10, but we need to increase the speed as high as possible. So we need to have another accelerating anode, such that these 10 may be go to 50, such that strikes the screen very fast. While passing through it, it will pass through two plates. Wait. Yeah, while these electrons pass from the accelerating anode, it is passing through two plates. This is called a vertical deflection plate. It's a horizontal deflection plate. I will explain in detail why these plates are required. Now see. See, when in general we are having both x-axis and y-axis. To display something on the x-axis, this responsibility is taken by horizontal deflection system. To display our input signal on the y-axis, this responsibility is taken by the vertical deflection plates. Okay, hope you understand. Next, see, I have written everything for you. Source of accelerated electrons, energized and focused. These terms are very important. Now heater, it heats cathode. Yes, then how electrons are produced? I have written here carefully. Barium oxide layer on the cathode release free electrons. Okay, next, control grid. I have said if control grid is more electrons will flow. If control grid is less electrons will flow. Then pre-accelerating and accelerating anode. What is the function? It accelerates electrons fastly, such that electrons move fastly. Focusing anode will be why we use focusing anode? Focusing anode will focus the electrons beams, such that there should be no dispersion. If these electrons go, there is very less intensity, right? So it should not go like this. So we should more focus. Our electrons must flow like this, so that there will be more intensity on the phosphorus screen. Next, deflection system. I have said this horizontal deflection system responsible for x-axis plates, and for y-axis we generally use vertical deflection systems. Okay, screen. in general our screen is made up of a phosphorus screen. So when an electron fastly strikes the screen, there will be a spark on it. So when an electron fastly strikes, and there will be a spark on it. Due to this spark, it will show some some darkness. So this is how an x-axis or y-axis will form on our CRO. Okay, next. Yeah, coming to now, we have read the entire complete discussion of the CRT. Now we are going to discuss about horizontal deflection system. Come on. Horizontal deflection system, where it will present. Wait, I will show. See this carefully. This is the region where our horizontal deflection systems are present. So we are having triggering circuit, time based generator, horizontal amplifier. Now let's go. Okay, triggering circuit, time based generator, horizontal amplifier. See, triggering circuit, it acts as a link between horizontal deflection and vertical deflection system, synchronous. If I show diagram, you will get some more clarity. Okay, see, trigger, what is triggering circuit is doing? Triggering circuit, this is the triggering circuit. See, this is the triggering circuit act as link between, this is an vertical deflection system, horizontal deflection system. It is acting as a link between both. Okay, and it synchronize the electrons that go on x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so see, if there is no synchronization, there is no our signal won't be represented correctly on the CRO. So there must be a synchronization, so such that if x-axis come in the same time, at the same time y-axis should produce. Okay, now what is a time based generator? Wait, I will draw. Okay, here what is a time based generator? Time based generator is a circuit. See, such a beautiful circuit. We will provide input signal to vertical amplifier. Okay, then how vertical amplifier is the input signal is displayed on y-axis. Then how these x-axis signals are displayed? This x-axis is only x-axis generation signals are generated by the time based generator. Okay, time based generator is the reason for the x-axis generation. I will explain in detail when I told about vertical amplifier. Okay, coming to horizontal amplifier. Horizontal amplifier, nothing. If there is a sine wave like this, horizontal amplifier will amplify the wave. Okay, and these are given to deflection plate system. So when these are given to the deflection plate system, deflection plates will move, like the deflection plates will move such that we will get complete x-axis. Okay, hope you understand up to here, and we are having last part. Now the last part is vertical deflection system. What is a vertical deflection system? See, vertical input, why we call as a vertical input means it input signal is displayed on y-axis. So we call as a vertical input. Vertical input is given to here. So it is known as a vertical amplifier. The amplifier which amplifies our vertical signal is called vertical amplifier. So here our amplifier will amplify our vertical signal. So okay, up to here there is no problem, but here the problems comes from here. See, yeah, see this. See, when our signal is amplified, from here the signal need to go on horizontal reflection system. It must cross triggering circuit, it must cross time based generator, it must cross horizontal amplifier, and finally reach to here. But if there is no delay here, it reaches fastly. Assume suppose it takes 1.5 microseconds, it may take only just 0.1 microsecond. Okay, so there is no synchronization. This synchronization is made by using the delay line. Delay line is the line which makes this 0.15 to 1.5 microseconds. Hope you understand. This is the exact role of delay line. So if delay line is present, both signals reach at a same time. So there will be a synchronization such that x axis and y axis are produced happily. If there is no synchronization, x axis and y axis will produce, but there is no synchronization such that it won't be clear to us. Now, see, this is the role of the vertical amplifier. Vertical amplifier amplifies small voltage so that CRO can measure even small input change. See, if we have very small inputs, such that CRO won't able to measure, may or may not able to measure. But if you give sufficient amount, such that CRO can measure it very happily. So this amplifier amplifies to the required strength that CRO can measure. Okay, it is a high gain amplifier, so it reduces noise. So noise is a general our communication. It's a disturbance such that our signal is affected by it. So this amplifier is high gain such that it won't allow noise here. Okay, so input signal is not distorted. Okay, now here delay line, I have said about it. Introduce a delay in the input signal so as to synchronize with horizontal input. It is connected in series with vertical amplifier. Okay, yeah, now you will understand this one. It synchronize the horizontal deflection and electron beam with vertical input. Okay, this triggering circuit is also reasonable for the synchronization. One synchronization is done on y-axis by delay line. On y-axis it is done by delay line. On x-axis it is done by triggering circuit. Okay, on x-axis it is done by delay line, and on y-axis it is done by triggering circuit, such that our time, our here x-axis signal and y-axis signal are completely synchronized to each other. Okay, and the last one and very crucial thing, that is called a power supply. What is it? In general, we are having two power supplies in the CRO. The first one is high voltage supply, second one is a low voltage supply. Why we need to give high and low? See, I have said that CRT we are using vacuum. For the vacuum generation we need to give very high voltage. But if you give same high voltage to other device, they will damage definitely. Such that we need to reduce the voltage, such that we are using two voltages. Okay. First one high and the second one low. Low voltage and high voltage. Okay. And the last one, high voltage is only given to CRT. Low voltage is used by other components. See, it's very important our range. A range of high voltage is minus 1000 to 1500, and low voltage is 300 to 400. Why minus means we are giving negative power supply to the CRO. For the negative, it is the highest value, so we are calling it as a high voltage. Compared to this is low, so we are calling it as a low voltage signals. Hope you understand the complete topic of the CRT block diagram. If you have any doubts or if you have face any difficulties, please mention in the comment system such that I will reply it.